Facing off for just the 6th time, Detroit plays host to Baltimore in Week 3. The Lions attempt to defeat the Ravens for just the 2nd time, right here on EA Sports.
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Ford Field tunnels, and the noise level in this place just about off the charts. They are set for football as the Lions get ready to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this line.
Brandon Gaudin alongside, as always, my partner Charles Davis. And CD, in the few moments here before kickoff, let's give these folks at home a look at these two offenses by the numbers. What stands out to you?
Brandon, I just continue to be amazed by the analytics of the game, and it's an area where I continue to concentrate and study because I'm still trying to figure out how coaches and coordinators can really crunch the numbers and find where exactly on the field a defense is vulnerable. It's the game within the game. And if you really dive into it, it can be endlessly fascinating.
They'll fake the give. Now go. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Odafe Oweh coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Goff.
He'll drop this one off to Swift.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll try and run here with Swift.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Ravens are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. The Ravens offense set to take over and led by a man still just in his 4th season in the NFL, the 2019 MVP, Lamar Jackson. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He's got him in, complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Henry Ruggs with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Jackson here is going to look to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he will get in to make it 8-0. So the signal caller doing it himself there on the 2-point try.
You got to like that. We always talk about the ball staying in the hands of the best players, but most of the time you want to get it to a back, pitch it to a wide receiver. In this case, the quarterback did it himself.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Jared Goff and the rest of the Lions offense set to go to work once more.
And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
Goff's throw into the hands of Reynolds here. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Now Goff. He'll get this off to Swift. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And a fresh start for DeAndre Swift and his teammates with this brand-new coaching staff. And they believe he can be a 3-down back. They want to get him in space against linebackers. 46 catches his rookie year. They expect that number to get into the 60s.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd.
Go off a handoff here to Swift. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
Goff. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Odafe Oweh able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The NFC's Pro Bowl punter a year ago, Jack Fox, on to punt for the Lions. As he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Play action. It's Jackson. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Henry Ruggs, 88 yards. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. They'll try and throw for it. Flushed out right. And he is in to make it 16-0. I think we're sensing a trend here. 2 first-half touchdowns. After going for 2 after the first score, CD, I thought maybe they would kick the PAT here. No, they get 2 more.
No, they decided to really press the advantage because, remember, getting the 2 after the first score, you've already got the other team back on their heels if they're going to mount a comeback. But to go up 2 scores and 2 two-point conversions, you've really got them thinking on the other sideline.
On first down, it's gone. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Odafe Oweh able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. To throw is Goff. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Ravens, they'll take over. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action with Jackson. Oh, Metcalf, what a catch. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And this is caught. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Henry Ruggs doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 23.
Justin Tucker.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Here's a handoff to Swift.
Got some room at the 30. And he's got some space here. The 40. The 20. Touchdown, Detroit.
DeAndre Swift.
83 yards. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead's down to 2 scores now at 16. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it could be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
And that pass puts him up over 200 yards already here in the first.
And what it also does is it allows the offensive coordinator to be not selective anymore, but a little looser, right? You've
got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown.
Henry Ruggs.
What is going on here? 4 first-quarter touchdowns. Unbelievable. And the Ravens will extend their lead. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes can prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
On 2nd down, Swift.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Gone.
Open man is Quintez Cephus.
And in for the Lions touchdown.
Quintez Cephus.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll cut this to a 17-point spread. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
And he's going to be out of bounds on the return way back at the 11. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. He's got to be feeling pretty good, playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey, we love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely on their arm, throw the football, feel good about things, keep things moving in the right direction. Right now, that's exactly what we're seeing.
And we'll see if that continues. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Play action. Now Jackson.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. We'll check on his status when we get back. After the interception, here's Goff.
That's to Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Touchdown! Amon-Ra St. Brown. His second touchdown on the season. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now, he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Henry Ruggs.
51 yards as the Ravens push further out in front. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the two-point conversion. Flush to his right. And they are 3 for 3 on two-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. And that was the old QB one-man band play there on the conversion.
And look, let's face it, even quarterbacks who don't have great mobility, in certain situations, they're able to actually take the ball in themselves. Remember way back when Joe Namath against the Giants?
I knew you were going
Namath. Right? Remember Joe had all his knee operations. They thought he couldn't run it. No one accounted for him. He practically walked into the end zone.
DeAndre Swift heading back out with his Detroit teammates.
And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong. Only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, you know, getting the groundwork laid for the season or for a game. And that's what they've done with the running game so far. It reminds me of when I first went to the University of Tennessee. And believe it or not, I was a quarterback for a day and a half. And the first practice session, the first play we ran was 28 pitch, which is a toss sweep. And I remember the offense coordinator saying, that's our identity. That's our bread and butter. That's the basis of our offense. We got
rush coming, and he's taken down.
Odafe Oweh in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Goff. Reynolds with a catch out on the right side. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Now it's Goff.
He'll find Swift out of the backfield.
And he's got room. And finally, he is out of bounds, but not before taking it down near the 15. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
First and 10 at the 16.
A shotgun snap for Gone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Quintez Cephus with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
They go play action now. Jackson. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
Marquise Brown is definitely a guy who can take the top off of a defense and make the big catches downfield. Also known as Hollywood. Now in his third season from Oklahoma. Wants to make more catches like the one we just saw there. The routine variety.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson. When you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Henry Ruggs, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. And that, boys and girls, is an NFL record 6th touchdown reception. The record has stood since 1950. What a game.
How about that? Because so many things have to go right in order for it to happen. Not just him catching the passes, someone delivering it accurately, offensive line giving him time to throw the ball. A true team record, but he stands above it because he was on the receiving end of so many great plays.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Detroit's offense ready to take over. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Now a throw here, hauled in. It'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on 3rd down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench. Not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
.45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. Then he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
Well, this offense has had their way for the most part here this first half, but that time, maybe they got a little greedy.
Well, it is hard to blame them, isn't it? Because like they said back in the 1980s, greed can be good. Stick with what's been working. But that time, I think you got a little bit too much air under that one, and it turned into a turnover that was much needed by that defense.
Now he dumps this off over the middle, and he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
1st and 10 here. If they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much.
And in for the Lions touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
And a pretty poor return as he will dive to the ground to give himself up. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive,
as they'll take over with just under a minute left to play until the break.
Steps away to his left.
Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted.
Picked off at the 36. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 2nd and inches, Goff.
He'll drop this one off to Swift.
Touchdown!
DeAndre Swift.
With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Lions get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And this is back to a 5-point game. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In clutch territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here.
Steps away.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs.
That's caught inside the 20. And in for the Ravens touchdown.
Henry Ruggs.
75 yards. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, he can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
DeAndre Swift heading back out with his Detroit teammates.
And, Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily, when you've set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
I'm guessing he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it?
Here we go.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And some room to work. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
DeAndre Swift
In the final seconds of the first half.
and the Lions are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the lead will shrink to 6. Scoring summary. 3-play drive. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. Oh, my goodness. I thought he'd peel off. Instead, he makes the fair catch at the 2-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And from here, might not be able to take a knee. Might need to run a play here this close to their goal line.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jeff Heath. Wow, a big mistake there. Late interception in this first half, and that could lead to a field goal try the other way.
Yeah, I think at this point you just had to say, let's take a knee and go into half and regroup. Let's just talk it over a little bit. I wonder, partner, was the analytics coach in his head a little bit? Maybe go ahead and press it and try and get some points? While the old school coach probably would have said, take the knee, let's get out of here.
Now we could see points the other way here.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half.
No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care.
And guy's man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play that time through the air. 38 yards. This will be caught once again by Brown. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Jackson will throw again, escaping the pressure right. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 13-yard touchdown run.
And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Jackson here is going to look to throw. Being chased out left. And he will get into the end zone. So the lead stretches from 9 up to 11.
63, Lions 52. Justin
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. There he goes left side. The 30, 10, 5, and he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. DeAndre Swift, 67 yards. And the Lions have got it back to a one-score game. Goff looking to throw. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
They got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, we try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs.
He's got a man complete. And he goes diving to get as much as he can following a big gain. A nice little cherry on top there at the end. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Oh, he fakes a spike. Dancing to his left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
2nd down and goal. Jackson got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown.
Henry Ruggs
there to make the grab, and the Ravens will extend their lead. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Now it's Jackson eluding the pressure right, and he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
Ravens 71, Lions 58.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. Now Goff on 1st down.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a touchdown.
Henry Ruggs
from 13 yards out. And the Ravens get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB,
What changes there around the goal line on a two-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. If they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Ravens have got it. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half. And down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Flushed out right. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Another shot now for this Lions offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. On second down now, Swift. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Goff. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Tyus Bowser in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. On second down, Swift. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Brings up 3rd down.
Single, single the slot. Mike 6.
Now Goff. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
2 things you can do in that situation. Run and punt the football or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Ravens ready to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots.
And in for the Ravens touchdown. Henry runs 42 yards, and the Ravens add on. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Here's Jackson to throw. He'll buy some time right. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
But I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. And Detroit back in possession of the football.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Back to the air. Goff on second down.
He gets this complete to Cephus.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Goff now looking to throw. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Goff throwing again. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's going.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Goff. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
This one taken in by Cephus. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Back now at Ford Field. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Again, Goff. That is caught. Josh Reynolds. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
That's another Detroit Lions first down.
On 1st and 10, Goff. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And in for the Lions touchdown.
Quintez Cephus,
27 yards.
and the Lions get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Extra point by Seibert up and good, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're looking at a third straight win here if they can hold on. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big connection on that one. 32 yards.
So the challenge there unsuccessful, and that means that he'll be out of challenge.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Henry Ruggs.
He flat out can't be stopped.
And the Ravens are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter.
They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on two more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Intended receiver there was Quintez Cephas.
And it's 2nd down. Now Goff. And he comes back with one complete. 30. And finally out of bounds just inside the 10. A big play there on the catch and run.
I'm going rhetorical on you here. Could that pass have been delivered any better to the receiver downfield?
Not at all. And when he catches that, he didn't even have to break stride. Full speed. That's why he got all that yardage after the catch.
Timing, timing, timing.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the Ravens' 11-yard line.
Goff now under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Odafe Oweh. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Mike 6. Mike 6. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Now Goff on 3rd and goal. Touchdown! T.J. Hockenson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Lions gain a bit of respectability. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. 5 plays there on that drive. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And in for the Ravens touchdown.
Henry Ruggs
finding the end zone yet again.
And the Ravens are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign.
Now it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
Here we go. Let's get him.
Justin Tucker to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. DeAndre Swift heading back out with his Detroit teammates.
I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? They'll go for the mousetrap. It's hard to do because if you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Now a first down throw. Gone. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down.
He was covered by Jamal Adams.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Goff. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
To the air again. Goff. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown.
And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good. For the Lions, first down.
On first down, Goff. And incomplete on the deep ball.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, that has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here. Hey, check back, check back.
2nd and 10, Goff again. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Patrick Queen picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Drop deep, drop deep. Hey, check back, Mike 6, Mike 6. Who that? Mike 6.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. But remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. Could have been his 2nd, but instead it's 4th down.
On for the field goal. A 55-yard attempt.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And
got his man, complete. And he will dive to get down as they'll mark him down there. It's a big play there for Baltimore. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first. Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it, eluding the pressure right.
Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver.
But it'll be 2nd and goal. Throwing is Jackson, sliding out of the pocket. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with a touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
And the Lions are able to cover this one up. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
Let's go!
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Goff on first down. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Right side, it's the tight end Hockenson. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. Here's Goff. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
that incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On 2nd and goal, Goff. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Incomplete. It's now 4th down and goal.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Forced out to his left. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that is incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself...
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, for Lamar Jackson, we know all about how dangerous he is running the football, but he can really sling it as well, and he connects on a big one there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Goff on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. And that is going to be